good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn, and good day, or whatever it is, wherever you find yourself on the continent. This is another episode of Demystify Tech with Sam. I'm yours truly, Samuel Latranye. Today's show is going to take a bit of a curve in the sense that it's not going to be the usual show where I just come and show you how to do something. Today we're going to be taking a look at, all this craziness with the COVID-19. We're going to take a look at, what you can do in this era of social distancing and how to get yourself going and not to get insane. When we come back, I would show you how to do that. Okay, awesome. We're back. If you're just joining us, it's another episode of Demystify Tech with Sam. In today's episode is a combination of what to do not to get insane in this era of COVID-19. I'll be doing my monthly AMA Q&A session as well. And then if you have any questions pertaining to technology, anything I do, you can ask me on today's episode and I'll answer it. Like I mentioned, in today's show, I'm not going to show anything specific, but we're going to talk through a few things that I have noted down in this era of COVID-19 and social distancing. So, before we get into it, as always, I need to tell you what's happening. But today's episode, I have a few things I'm going to talk about, and then we will jump into what I have to share with you today. The first thing is I'm going to vent, yes. And if you know, for those of you who know my, one of usual streams on, especially on Facebook, where I vent about something I feel is not going right in the country or whatever I feel is not going right, I talk about it. So if you remember, I was talking about the fact that last year, August, I went to, get myself the supposed new biometric license that the DVLA was issuing. And for the folks following us, DVLA is synonymous to DMV in the United States. So I was going for a biometric card. All right. Now, they have the regular process and the premium process. Premium, you pay more, and apparently you're supposed to get it faster. Now, I applied for this last year in August. It was supposed to take, worst case, give or take a month for me to get it. But after 2 months, I was sent a text to come for my ID card. Sorry, my driver's license. I went for it, only to be I went to the premises, sorry, only to be told that my data was corrupted. So they had to recapture. I said, well, no problem. So I was recaptured and was told in the next 2 weeks it was going to be ready. So this is in September, right? Had nothing, got nothing until last week. So think about it: September, October, November, December, January, February, and March. After 7 good months, I finally get my card. Awesome. Now, I have the card and I'm, looking at it, trying to figure out, things with it, comparing it with my US license and all that. Now, something struck me, and I need you guys to help me explain or to, um, help clarify this because for some reason, I don't understand what that means. So if there's anyone on the stream who is connected to DMV or some other, I don't know, but maybe you can explain this. So this is it. I'm going to switch to my next screen to show you a scanned version of the backside of my license. And maybe you guys can help me understand this. Okay, cool. Now, so this is how the back of the card looks like. I'm not showing the front for privacy issues, PII. So this is the back, which I can freely share. Now, to put this in context, this is a Class B license. So I have a Class B license, which means that I can actually drive cars, cross country, minibuses, and pickup vehicles up to 5,000 kgs, right? Between 1 to 15 passengers. So that is what my Class B license allows me, to drive. That was fine. I was okay. That's cool. Nothing much. And then I came down here, this section where I have the driving restrictions. So when I saw the glasses, I understood. Yes, because I drive with the glasses on or with the aid of spectacles or contacts. So because here I need to be safe, and that's the only way I can see clearly. So I understood this part of the restriction, which was drives with the aid of spectacles. Now, What caught me off guard and DVLA, if I don't know, maybe someone should explain this to me. What caught me off guard was this restriction of A. I was like, hold on, I am a class B, holder. So what is this A restriction? I don't know if you can see this clearly, but here it says that automatic vehicles only. And I'm like, what in the name? My previous license had nothing like this. And besides, yes, I drive a manual vehicle. I drive both manual and automatic. And I'm like, so the question I'm asking the DVLA today is that, guys, is it that I can only drive these cars, cross countries, minibuses, and pickups that are automatic, or I can drive manual cars as well? So please, this is my first vent for the night or for the month. So please, if I don't know if there's anyone watching DMV, sorry, DVLA or whatever that is, they should probably explain to me what this this means. I mean, I don't see the relevance here anyways. Does it mean that if a policeman stops me and I'm driving a manual vehicle, he can say that, gentleman, based on the information on your card, you are not supposed to be driving a manual vehicle or shift stick, as my US family members will call it. All right. So that is my very first vent. If you have any comment on this, please put it in a post or any of the social media platforms where you are watching me, and I'll make sure I answer that clearly. All right. So now let's move on to the next thing. Um, now, the next thing I have to share with you guys, I'm going to go here and open this. Now, up next on Sunday's episode of the Power Series, we have Vivek. Vivek is coming on the show for our next episode, so make a date with us. He's going to show us how to use APIs with the Power Platform. Don't miss it. Very interesting and cool guy. He's the API guy after all, so don't miss this. And then in April, myself and my Power sister are being featured on the Power Addict Hangout. So make a date with us. April 14th is a live stream. It's actually online, so we'll be talking about her journey onto the Power platform, and then I'll be doing some cool demos using IoT and Power Apps or Power platform too. So those are the two things that I want to share with you. And so with those out of the way, let's getting into what I was going to talk about today. All right, so I'm going to bring a browser in view as always. This is the browser we'll be using for the rest of our demo. Well, demo, why do I keep saying demo? Maybe because I'm used to saying demo. All right, so today's episode is more of um yes, myself. I can't wait for it. Awesome. Now, so today's episode, like I mentioned, is a combination of giving you updates on what's happening on COVID-19. There's a whole talk of social distancing, so we'll see how you can keep sane in this situation. And then also, I'll be talking about a few things I have, come up with or read about, or just things I think would help all of us. And then you can ask me any question you want, any questions pertaining to tech and things that I do. And then also, I would answer any questions that you throw at me if you have any specific challenge. So let's give an update. So since we are in Ghana, if you go to worldometer.info/coronavirus by countries, I'm going to look for Ghana. And here it says we have 5 new cases in Ghana. Let me actually zoom in a bit so you can see this. It says we have 5 new cases in Ghana, a 29-year-old woman with no history of travel. So there's a first local, reported case. There's a 34-year-old woman who was in contact with a previously confirmed case, so contact tracing. There's a 53-year-old man with no confirmed contact or history of travel, so two. And then a 41-year-old man who had returned from Netherlands, and a 36-year-old from Paris, France. Now, if we go up, let's go to the next, where the next Ghana is. So Ghana on the chart as of now, we have 16 total cases. 5 new have been reported. And then, yeah, so we have 16 active cases. So that is the update on COVID-19 when it comes to Ghana. And if you've been following Ghana in the news, we have a few. The president has issued kind of like an advisory. So funerals, schools, social gatherings, conferences, events, have been put on a hold for the next say 4 weeks, right? And then once things subside or go well, we'll know whether it's going to extend or it's going to be reduced. So that's the update on the COVID-19 thing. Now, talking about COVID-19, um, I'm now going to talk about a few things that I believe uh, there is good in every situation. So these are the few things I have noticed. In as much as we are all worried about this virus and all that, these are the few things that I have noticed has, brought about some kind of good or positivity from this situation. One of the common things is that people are taking personal hygiene very seriously. I knew a lot of people would go to the washroom and not wash their hands and all that. So this has actually brought the awareness of such habits. Now, because this is a technology show, I'll talk about the tech relevance of this issue. All right, and then we can see how we can map that. So, first of all, I realized that with this COVID-19 thing, there has been more tech adoption, and I'll talk more about it later on the show. There's more use of technology. For instance, I'll give a new example. Now, companies are looking into more appointment scheduling technologies where, oh yeah, Joshua, welcome to the show. Yep, 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 welcome. Today, we are taking a slight break from all the hardcore programming and talking about how we can keep safe in the era of COVID-19. So, like I mentioned, I've seen the adoption of technology in the event of this COVID-19. So, more companies are looking into appointment scheduling tools or softwares. For instance, people don't want crowd to be at their facilities. So, if they are able to just serve, let's say, 25 people per the order or the advisory, they are trying to get online scheduling and appointment systems to ensure that only those 25 people come to the facility at every given time, all right, or between a certain time frame or window. So that is one thing I've seen. I've also seen that it's forcing a lot of collaborations in the sense that companies that um, companies that encourage remote work, we are seeing a lot more of that now. Even companies that do not encourage remote work or didn't have any policy on remote work are right now actually, encouraging a lot of remote work. Now, people are also looking into online streaming from churches, events, conferences. Now, churches and people that didn't think online streaming was not a thing. Thank you, Quesimoro. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the show. Let me know if you have any questions you want me to answer. As today is also ask me anything and then Q&A. So thanks, and let me know if you have any questions. Just put it there. I'll try to answer it as we move on. And then so companies or institutions who didn't see the essence or importance of having an online stream, okay, have now realized that hey, it's time we do that. And then also some companies or people that didn't think we needed an app or some form of digital transformation solution are now realizing that hey, this would have served us better. So people that have developed a lot of streaming platforms and apps are actually cashing in right now. Not that we're waiting for the ply to cash in, but it's drawn attention to some naturally or normally overlooked things that a lot of businesses didn't think of. So that is one thing I have realized as a positive coming from the virus. It's also cut down a lot of unnecessary outings. That's one thing I realized. Now most times we want to hang out, or we want to go see people and we just go. We don't really prioritize or weigh them. But now people are actually thinking twice, like, is it worth it? No, I better stay home, or work from home. So that's another good thing that we have seen that is coming out of, this COVID-19 situation. And then in the tech space, I know for the tech and education space, there has been a lot of free stuff. I know Udemy, Pluralsight, and a few tech companies have actually given free stuff. Camtasia is giving free software for screen capture and sharing, so you can do your presentation and meetings, using the tool. So that is another thing. Now, corporates are also encouraging a lot more collaboration and communication through Slack, Teams, Yammer, and all those, social platforms. All right. Now, then churches. I mentioned that now churches, some churches didn't actually see the essence of having a church app or having, a social stream. Right now, with the situation where all church activities have been put on the hold, most churches are now rushing to get things set up. We need to get a live stream set up so we can still go ahead and and reach our people. Right. So this has been something um, that is happening. Now, let me talk a bit more about the churches. Now that I've moved away from all the supposed positives, okay, let's talk about the churches for a bit. So a friend of mine called me and was asking, hey, so the church is trying to look into a live stream. I mean, considering all that is happening, what do I think? So I'll give you some of these tips. So if you are in a church media department, these are tips you can write on. Now, and a disclaimer before I go into mentioning anything, uh, these opinions are of my own. All right, I have not been hired, contracted by any of these companies I'm going to mention as to do this. No, I'm saying this because these are tools and technologies I have used and is working for me that I feel that I can share that we can use in this era, of COVID-19 and social distancing. So let's talk about churches now. So a lot of churches, most churches already had online presence. So now it's just a matter of continuing what you are doing and let your church members connect with you on all the platforms you have. Some churches have apps now. Hooray! You can stream to them to apps and your members would get it. No problem with that. Cool. Now, so back to my friend. He asked me, "Hey, we are trying to do this. What's the best route?" Now, again, disclaimer, I'm not here to twat or say any negative thing of any product, and also I've not been hired or paid to do this or to mention any particular technology. No, that's not the case. So he mentioned that the church had gone for Zoom, all right, and that's what they're planning to use. And here's the case. So let's assess it. Now, Zoom is a good platform. It's a good collaborative and meeting platform. No two ways about it. Now, the question is that is it a paid Zoom account or is it a free Zoom account? Because if you've been using Zoom, you will know that Zoom has a limitation of I think 40 minutes if you use a free account. So for church activities that we all know in this part of our world that transcends or goes beyond 40 minutes, a free account won't work. All right. In as much as you want to, give up the best, there are some ways you can go about it. So I was like, well, unless you're trying to get a paid account, that is fine. All right. But then there's a limitation of 40 minutes to the free account. So the question is that now, how do I choose what tool to use? I'm sure that's a question most people in the media department in churches will be asking. The question is, how do I know or how do I make a choice? How do I pick? All right. So now this is it. This is my thought. Now, if whatever you're going to stream is not private, okay? If whatever church activity you want to put out there is not private, all right? Then there's no need to go the expensive route. That is to go Zoom or go to meeting or webinar, whatever that is, all right? Then there's no point to do that. This is what I'll suggest. Facebook has groups. Facebook has, a large platform where you can create pages, make it either public or private, even if you're looking for private events. So you could go create, if your church or organization doesn't have a Facebook page, there's a time to go create it. So you can create it as a public or private page. Now, once you have that, you can go and now stream to your Facebook page. If it is private, only those who are members of those group will see the activity you are doing. And that, reaches all the members who are in that Facebook group. So that is one way to go about it. Cost effective, nothing crazy, and all that. Um, the same thing, if it's private, you can use Facebook groups, create a private group, and then stream to the private group, and you are sorted out. Now, in terms of gadgets, I'm not today doing any gadget thing, but what I have used and I have come in contact with is what I'll share. If you have already a church media production where you have cameras and all that, going to a master control room, mixing out, going to um, how do you call it? A source that you're pushing to the web, that's fine, if you already have that. But today, let me open let's go to let me show you. So I'm going to talk about three solutions or three hardwares. All right. Let me bring. I have one of them here at the moment that I will share with you. Uh, the other one is not. Well, the others are not here, but I have one of them here. So, um, this is this is the first generation Mevo camera, all right? This allows you to stream to multiple platforms, and it's a one camera that can give you up to 9 shots. Um, so your meetings, your interviews, your webinars, you can use this as well. All right. There's a new one, the Mevo Plus, and then there's a Mevo Plus for this version, and there's the Mevo, I think the Mevo 2 or the next one, which is quite compact. Now this one comes with an external battery pack that can last you for I think about 10 hours. So you are good to go. So your church pastor can have it in his office and can stream. The next one I'll talk. So let me take you to that page so that we can do Mevo since we're talking about. So I can talk about the tools, one after the other. And like I said, I am not being paid to do this. This is just tools I have used or gadgets I have used that work for me that I'm sharing. So this is the Mevo Start, which is a newer version of the one I just showed you, Mevo. Again, it's the same thing. It's just the one camera that allows you to get up to about 9 shots. It's a all-in-one. You can stream to Facebook Live, Periscope, Vimeo, YouTube. You can do an RTMP. Actually, I'm looking forward to getting one of this. So anyone who is willing to sponsor me to get it is actually welcome. Yeah. So this is one. This has an inbuilt battery. I think this can apparently can last. Let's be sure of this because these are things you want to find. So yeah, these are the two. So Mevo Plus. I have this. I have this one. In addition to I have this one, but I don't have the Mevo Start. So yeah. So let's learn. I just wanted to check the hours for this one. I think the specs should be here. Okay. Yeah, has the NDI. Yes, I know that. Yeah, so this you can use this. These are two camera types you can use. One, all right. I've shown you one. I've shown you the Mevo Plus because that's what I have. And then the next one is I think Sling Shot. No, hold on. Let's see. Sling multi-camera. Yeah, Sling Studio. That's what I was going to mention to you. So that's the next two, okay, in terms of hardware. So what Sling Studio does here is that if you buy the Sling Studio, it's like a central gateway that allows you to put some receivers, sorry, transmitters on the various cameras you have. So if you're a church and you already have cameras, but you don't have like a centralized system for live stream and all that, you can use this. All right. So you get this, and then you put these transmitters on your cameras. All the transmission comes to the Sling Studio as you're seeing right now, and then you can now use this to push to. This one also does Vimeo, Facebook Live, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and you can have your custom RTMPs. All right. So that is it. So we've seen the Mevo, we've seen the Sling Studio, and the third one is the I think it's the Design Magic web presenter. Let's get this and see. Yep. So this is the web presenter. So what this does, what this web presenter does is that it also allows you to take all your camera feed, and this for institutions or churches and organizations that already have camera set up. This allows you to take these camera setups, okay, feeds, combine them into your mixer, whatever that is, and get an output from your mixer, your video mixer, into this Blackmagic web presenter, and this can act like a webcam or a web device that you can easily push onto the internet. All right. So as you can see, this is an example of someone using it even for his own studio stuff. So you connect your output from your various cameras to this device, and this kind of like acts like a webcam that you can push onto the internet as your output. So these are the three tools that I have personally either used or come in contact with that I am sharing. Now, in terms of tools, all right, it's good that it's even showing that here. I don't need to go too far onto another page. Currently, this stream that I'm using, I am using Open Broadcast or OBS. It's an open source live stream tool that allows me to take sources from different cameras in my setup right now, and then I put in slides and transition sound effects and all that, and then I can stream to you wherever you are. Now, at the moment, I am able to do a multi-stream to all these platforms using a tool called Restream.io. So what Restream.io does is it allows me, so currently as you can see my setup, it allows me to stream to Twitch, it allows me to stream to YouTube, it allows me to stream to Periscope, it allows me to stream to Mixer and Facebook on my own private page. All right. So these are the tools that I use or that I believe that would help you in this era of social distancing. So you can use a combination of all these tools to give you the ability to still reach your audience, your church members, your employees, your colleagues, your friends, and then that will not make you go insane if you feel you are cut out from the world. All right. So that is it for how do we call it? So that is it for churches, events, and meetups. Now, so the question is, now we are supposed to do have social distance. Oh wait, there's one more thing I need to show you. So this is another camera. It's the Ricoh Theta V. Now this is a 360 camera. So this allows you to, with just single camera, you can do 360 shots. So if you are supposed to have done some gathering, boys gathering or event and all that, you could use this and share the same experience across with the people who cannot make it because of either self quarantine or being socially distanced. So that's another one. Okay, so now let's now take a look at this now. So what can I do? You've told me all these things. Now we've talked about churches, events, and all that. So DS is taken care of. Now the next question is, I am a techie, all right, but this whole social distance thing is killing me. Now, well, most of the tech people I know already do remote work, or some of them do remote work because of the type of work we do. So well, this is not really a huge deal for us, all right, because then we have been doing this, we have stuff to do, so we don't feel bored or feel something else. But here's the thing. If you are a techie, all right, and you're not used to remote work, and because of these things, you are supposed to, socially distance yourself, these are things that I believe you can do. First of all of us have been, all of us have projects we've been putting away for a very long time, all right? This is the time for you to go back to that project. So go back to that project and use a time, to finish it. You never know. It could be the next big thing. All right, so spend time, go back to your project and complete them. The next thing, learn a new tech. I'm not saying learn a new programming language, all right? There is things like APIs like Paystack, MTN, Momo, I'm being local. I'm being intentionally local. These are APIs and things you've been telling yourself, oh, I'm going to explore this API. I'm going to explore this technology. Use that opportunity. Learn. Go learn this new technology. Try it out. It's another thing to keep you insane. Collaborate with other geeks. Now, one of the things that I am not hearing much of that I would have loved to hear a lot of is that I would have wished that a lot of us in the geek, a lot of us geeks or in the tech industry would have collaborated to build an app for social good. That is, there's a lot going on, there's a lot going on in terms of information. Some are valid, some are not valid. So I would have loved to have seen a lot of us in the tech industry coming together to build like an application as a single source of truth that people can guarantee that if it's coming from this app or this source, we can believe it. Because earlier on today, they said we had 8 recovered cases. And now, we go back to the same site that gave us that info. I don't see that information there. So these are some of the things that I would have, as a techie, you can do. So collaborate with your fellow colleagues. See, you know what? Let's build something. How do we build something to help us fight this COVID-19? Is something you can do. Now, for most of you techies, you've been talking about starting that podcast. This is the time to do it. You've been talking about starting a YouTube show. This is the time to do it. All right. You've been talking about I want to learn something new. All right. In terms of learning new tech, hey, you can take a look at Power Platform. I love it. I mean, as you can see, let me we can talk about Power BI to do visualization of the places where the cases are reported. Use some AI to figure out the proximity of the infection and where there are things you can do as a techie. explore options and things you can build around this COVID-19 that can be a lifesaver or game changer. So you can use this and you will not go insane. And you're still being self-isolation or social distancing. All right. The last thing for techies, take advantage of the free courses online. Plural site Plural Site is offering free courses. Udemy is offering free courses. Free Code Camp is offering free courses. And Khan Academy always offering free courses. So you don't have an excuse. So if you feel like you're going out of your mind, all right, as techies, you can do this. Now, let's talk about non-techies. Well, I'm not a tech person. I'm not, and this applies to you as well for the techies. First of all, you can read a book. There's a book you've been wanting to read for a long time, and your only excuse, I don't have time. This is the time. Read a book if you're bored. Pick up a hobby. Play board games. Play some, spend time with the family because now you're home. All right, spend time with them. Play board games. Read, talk about just. There are things you can engage in the house. Listen to a podcast. All right, watch useful documentaries and videos. Actually, one thing that I have personally been doing for the past couple of days is after I come out of all this craziness, I go to the hall and I go to my Netflix and Hulu and I watch videos pertaining to predictions of things like this. Yesterday I watched Contagion, I have watched Pandemic, I have watched Containment. I'm just trying to understand how viral infections move and all that so I can better protect myself. So this is an opportunity for you to start understanding how it works so that you can be able to discern all this chew garlic, do this, do that. That might not, technically or scientifically be proven. So this is something you can do, okay? Watch videos, take up the opportunity to understand these things. And then also, if you're non-techie, maybe this is the time for you to look at how can I digitally transform my business so that in a case like this, my employees can work remotely, all right? And then we can still have our business running, or I can run my business on the internet or in the cloud. So you as well take advantage of Plural Site, Udemy, Free Code Camp, and then what? Khan Academy. These are sites that are providing free resources for you to use to learn new stuff. So for the non-techies, you also have, your part to play. Now, this is a general tip and advice I would give based on everything that's been going on so far. All right. The first thing is don't panic. Don't panic. Yes, I know people, you think that Sam, you are crazy. Yes, I'm crazy. But the truth is that don't panic. All right, don't panic. That's the first thing. And don't be quick to share or implement anything you read or hear. There is an overload of information, majority of them being false, being propaganda, be to spread fear. Be discerning, be very careful. Don't be quick to share or jump onto these things. All right, best thing you can do, observe the recommended steps. Stay feet away from people, social distancing, wash your hand thoroughly, avoid touching your face. It's hard. I've done it a couple of times on the show already. I know it's hard. But wash your hand, regularly, go through the steps. And key thing, don't go out if you feel sick. Please don't. You end up risking the lives of other people. Don't go out if you feel sick. All right. Now, if it really, really has to be done, do it online. Don't step out. All right. Now, in all this, I really wish that a couple of things were done, and I'll spread that. And once I'm done, if you're joining us, we've been talking about how to, implement the social distances without going insane. I've talked about a lot of things you can do. I've talked about solutions like things I'm doing on my own. And after this, I would open it for question and answers or ask me anything on the various platforms. So if you are watching me, is a chance for you to ask me any of these questions and I'll answer them. And then hey, let's see how this goes. So the last thing I'll talk about before I switch into the Q&A and AMA session is I wish to see a few things. Number one, I would really wish to see our telcos reduce the price of data. Yes, I mean it. I really wish our telcos reduce the price of data in the sense that oh, we are okay. So Karim, you're asking the price. If you check the website I posted, the prices should be there, of the camera should be there. Um, so let's do
Switch
this.
into
You
the
check.
Q&A and AMA session is I
Sorry about
wish to
that,
see a
guys.
few things.
So yeah, I'm getting some feedback, but yeah, sorry, that has been taken care of. So I'm going to say that check the website. All right, check the website I posted. Now, this is what I mentioned that one, I wish to see telcos reduce the price of data because with people homebound and now everything is technically going to happen online. I wish to see them reduce the price of data or put some promos in place so that we can buy more data and work remotely. That's the first thing I want to see. The second thing is I'd wish our state institutions start implementing proper emergency response systems. And that's a topic for another day. Because right now, there isn't any proper emergency response system as to what's happening. All you see are people posting memos, releases, press release. Some of them are doctored. You can't really find which one is the authentic source. Back in the States, I know there's a system that actually hijacks your SMS, your TV, cable TV, everything. So if there's a national emergency message, it goes onto all these platforms. You're going to receive the text immediately. So then you know that this is not some altered or forged document. All right. So I would really want to see the government putting some proper emergency response system. You know, and then also agencies, churches, corps. It is time for you to start thinking digital transformation. Yes, it is time for you to see how do I digitize my operations so that in times like this, business can still go on, right? Well, it's almost 40 minutes into our stream. The next couple of minutes, I'm going to allocate to a Q&A session. So if you have any specific questions you want to ask me on all the things I've talked about, this is your chance to do it. I will try to answer them on Facebook, on Twitter, um, and even on WhatsApp if you have the question and on a stream. So it is open. The floor is open to you. If you have any questions, please uh well, so just let me know. Um just let me know what you think, what questions you have, and then I would be very pleased and honored to answer them. In the meantime, I talked about pick up a hobby or stuff like that. Yeah, for me, let me switch you to my bench and show you what's going on. I know it might sound crazy, but hey, check this out. I mean, this is like my bench. All right, this is my bench, and it's crazy. It is very crazy. I mean, I'm picking up new stuff. I'm preparing for demos. I'm doing stuff. So it's not keeping me bored. All right. So that's how I am surviving this whole social distancing thing. So let me know. Right now, yes, I'm done delivering what I wanted to share with you guys. If you have any specific questions, ask me. And then, hey, I'll try as much as possible to answer the questions for you. I'm trying to find out any questions people have for me on Twitter. None yet. We don't have any questions coming on from Facebook. Do we have any coming from Facebook? Nope, not yet. It's only one question that asks about the price of the camera. So I can go back. I can actually go back to that. Yeah, I can go back to the Mevo, and if you go to shop, we can actually see the prices of the cameras since that's a question that was asked. And it's quite simple. You can actually just yeah. So let's see if you want the Mevo Start or the bundle. Sorry, the Mevo Plus. So let's look at the Mevo Start. So the Mevo Start is going for $300, 299. So Abdul Karim, that is it. Mevo Start is going for 299. And please, it doesn't come with a phone. You can connect it to your Android or iOS, and you should be fine. Uh, that I will learn. How do I custom? So wait, yeah, Joshua, you're asking. I wanted to ask about the broadcast before you talk, before the talk show. How did you customize that? And I was like, um, okay, so Joshua, this is what I do. Let me quickly talk about the. Let's look at the Mivo price, and then I'll walk you through how I work. All right, and let's see. I would have loved to have put a 3D if 3D camera on, but then my place is messed up with a lot of things that I'm working on. Yes, and then the Mivo Plus is $400. So Abdul, 300 $400 for the two Mivo. Let's look at the Sling. How much is that? Let's go to the shop. Let's see. Okay, I mean, since I'm trying to answer questions and all that, I can play videos, the videos here to see how they work. But yes, to answer Joshua's question, so Joshua, this is what I use. I use OBS. So let's go here to OBS. And OBS is actually open broadcast software. It's an open source broadcasting software. So this is what I used. So it allows me to create what we call scenes. And the scenes are, so you realize that I'm able to change the cameras and all that. So those are the scenes that I've created in OBS. All right. And then I have two webcams. I have the one that you are seeing me right now on the main cam. And then um I have this one, which is my bench cam, which is actually showing my workbench. So here you can see all my stuff related to IoT. So this is how the IoT show is also done. So this is the camera. And then I can actually, I actually have other, I can add other cameras and then switch them from OBS. So that's how I do. So if I have, and then I also have a capture card that also captures external screens if I external devices when I connect them to it and I can show it. And then I also have like it can also capture my desktop. So I can have my desktop as another scene and then I can switch between the scenes. So that is how I do it, Joshua. If there's any specific questions, you can let me know. All the graphics you're seeing are just a bunch of graphic PNGs I've created. And also to do the switching in OBS, I could actually let's go here. I could actually be clicking on the scenes here, but you realize that I keep going down here. Let's see if I can bring this and switch around my bench cam so I show you this. So if I go here, somewhere here, yeah. So I'm just going to flip it here so you guys see this. So this is a stream deck. So what you're seeing here actually has all my scenes. So because it's a one-man production, if I want to change scenes right now, it's just a matter of pressing it. Like right now, I just pressed it, and the scene just changed. All right. So this is what I use to control the scene transition without having, let's say, a production team sitting somewhere switching the scenes for me. All right. So that's how I do it. Yeah. So if there's any other question, yeah, sure, just ask me and then I'll answer that. Okay, so to just to give us insight into how these things work, because I've not had any questions yet, I'm just going to go ahead and then I'll play the video from Sling, and then we can see and understand how it works. So let's take a listen.
This is Sling Studio, the first affordable live streaming multi-camera platform, an all-in-one wireless solution that's portable and easy to use. 100% battery operated, Sling Studio requires no extra cables, external power, router, or network. The Sling Studio Camera Link wirelessly connects to virtually any camera on set at distances up to 300 feet. Setup is no sweat, taking minutes, not hours. From simply using a smartphone to taking advantage of up to 10 wireless sources, Sling Studio has a vast array of connecting options designed to best fit your production needs. Whichever way you choose to connect, all sources are instantaneously available on the Sling Studio console app. Intuitively designed for the most dynamic live directing program with features like custom graphic and video imports, live switching transitions, picture-in-picture, and more. Live streaming capabilities let you share directly to Facebook, YouTube, or any RTMP destination. Every recording is stored on a single SD card. All files automatically sync and timecode with Sling Studio's Adobe Premiere Pro extension and Apple Final Cut Pro converter. Sling Studio, the easiest and best solution for live switching, live streaming, and multi-camera production on the market today. This is Sling Studio.
Okay, so that is for Sling Studio. And as you can see the price there, Abdul, and for all those that are watching, the price point can go up to, I think it starts from about 999, which is like $1,000. So compared to the Mevo camera, the Sling Studio is quite expensive. But hey, like I'm saying, it depends on your your budget and what you're doing. Like I'm saying, churches that already have their cameras, some churches already have a whole a media team, all right, but they don't have like a live stream facility. So you can spend some $1,000, get some stream, get a Sling Studio, put the the receivers, the transmitters on your cameras, and hey, you are in live stream business. All right, let's check this out. Let's see. So let's open this. I don't have anything in my cart, so let's go back and let's see. I mean, so you can let's take a look at what's like um, what it's in the box. So here there's a free hassle. They're saying hassle free. So let's see. So cam links, send video to Sling Studio up to 300 feet away. Okay, so this is mine. This has been my concern with the Sling Studio. So you need to. It's not as if when you buy the Sling Studio, it comes with all the how do you call it, the camera links. All right. So let's do this. Let's do buy now, and then let's see what it comes with. Or better still, let's just do. Okay. So now take a look at this. So these are see how they're selling. They're selling it in bundles. So this is the bundle. You have the hub, which is the central point, the battery, the cam link. You see, so one camera link, just one. All right, a USB expander, and then a backpack for $1,745. Yep. Yeah, yeah, Joshua. Yeah, I wish our telcos would have, just giving us some data slashes so we can buy. So Sling Studio is quite expensive. So this is it. So the hub alone is almost $1,000. The camera link one. Now, due to high demand for camera link the past few weeks, we are limited camera link purchase to one per customer. So take a look at this. And yeah, because of obviously there's going to be a hike in the purchase because everyone is trying to do live stream. So that's almost like $400. So you need about $1,004 to get just one camera link. So depending on the number of cameras you have, you need to buy more camera links. That's the only drawback for me when you're using the Sling Studio. But in terms of quality and all that, you get it there. So the battery is what, $149, and then there's a USB extender, there's a battery pack, and then you have a free app. So this you would buy more depending on the number of cameras you have. So that is with the Sling Studio. Now let's come back here. So here I mentioned that the Mevo Plus is $400. You buy this and you are done. So you know what? Let's also go to Mevo and watch Mevo's video and see what Mevo is going to offer us when we buy this in the era of COVID-19 and social distancing. Let's watch this. Yep, so that is a very short video. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think that'll be it. That's a very short video also from Mevo. So I've talked about three cameras. So we've talked about Mevo, we've seen it. We've talked about Sling Studio, we've seen it, and then I mentioned the last part as the uh, Black Magic web presenter. I think they have a video. Let's see if I can pull that video out. It is somewhere. I know I have seen it before. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Black Magic equipment are, like the industry standards and are very, very, very expensive. Trust me. All right, so technically, yeah, and again, I mentioned I am in no way or form associated with any of these companies. These are just tools I have used or have come in contact with, and I think would help us in this era of social distancing and COVID-19. And as I mentioned, I use OBS for my live stream. So if you don't have a budget for any expensive, crazy softwares, OBS is free, it's open source. You can use this. All right. So we have a little about 8 minutes to go. If you have any questions, I am still on for the next 8 minutes, so I can answer any questions you have pertaining to tech, pertaining to your thought on this COVID-19, pertaining to starting something in tech, or if you want to see something specific or have any specific questions for me, this will be the time for you to ask me that question, and then I will gladly answer that. I have to say a big thank you to all of you connected and watching me online from all the various places. If you have specific questions, please, feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to answer it. Again, please, Telco, MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo, please. This will be a good time for you to subsidize your data bundles for us, because in this era of social distancing, we need that ability, to um, how do you call it? We need that ability to to work online as well. So, yep. So if you have any questions, I am on standby waiting to answer them. And yeah, there's a lot of social, there's a lot of propaganda and inaccurate information also traveling around. So be careful what you read, be careful what you implement, and don't be quick to share these information. Trust me, people trust you with certain information. So when you're releasing them, be very careful. The fact that it came from you to someone means that it's very authentic, and therefore they are going to implement all these things. Until something is scientifically proving to be a cure or a vaccine, let's be careful how we take it or how we do it. All right. I hear vodka, I hear a lot of things. It's crazy. Let's just stay safe out there. All right. All right. So top of the hour. If there's nothing to talk about, nothing to if you don't have any questions for me, I say stay safe. This is hold on, it looks like someone is trying to just wanted to pass this boss. Do you have intention of extending your power platform to? Oh yes, yes, definitely. I'll come to that. I'll answer that question pretty shortly. Yes. So if you don't have any other questions for me, follow me on my Twitter, on Facebook, on all my social media handle. It's quite simple. It's the same thing. No, here. Yep. Boop. It's S Adrani on all the platforms. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Yes. So you can catch me on all the platforms. Ask me any questions, and I'll be sure to answer. Until then, guys, let's remain safe. Let's um, pray and don't panic. We will get out of this. And for those hiking the price of sanitizers, God is watching you. So then, have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed. And if it has to be really, really done, let's do it online.